love, right? So we're gonna talk about some of these superheroes, especially the ones that are, well, we're all the superheroes, but specifically, I want to talk mostly about the ones that are green and purple. Green represents nature, like you got the trees green, chlorophyll's green, melanin and chlorophyll are the same things. It's just one's darker than the other. Our skin is brown because of the air. We're actually water beings. You go through phases: water, then air, earth, and now we're going to fire. But that's another story. So most of the time for the comic books, they make green and purple the bad guy, and not just for comic books, for all media, including anime, and those are Japanese, right? So, but we're just gonna talk about the comics, right? So, the Incredible Hulk, he has purple pants, green skin, and purple represents royalty. So that's why they put purple as bad, because they're not royal. So, Incredible Hulk is a good guy, but sometimes he goes crazy because he's the Hulk. He goes mad. He has the Jekyll and what's his name, Jekyll and Hyde personality. Alright, so you got Mysterio. He's a bad guy. Spider-Man wears purple, green. They all do, but he's a bad guy. One of the most famous ones that wear purple and green is the Joker. Yeah. The Joker is probably the most famous. He's Batman's. We got Kingpin. I don't know all these heroes, but I know a lot of them. Hawkeye used to be. He's a good guy. Hawkeye used to wear blue and purple, and blue and greens. There is, you can flip around. It's the same thing. You got Archangel, Galactus. Let's see some other ones. Catwoman, Green Goblin, Lex Luthor when he wears a machine. I don't know who this guy is on the left side, on the bottom left, but he wears an M on his chest. M represents 13. That's us. That's why you go to McDonald's. They have the golden M. They have, because they are feeding you. That's why the graveyards, there ain't no new graveyards. It's still the same graveyards. M's also on Mario. Ma. There's that Ma again. And we'll talk a little bit more about Mario. We'll go ahead and speak about Mario real quick. So, King Koopa. Let me see something. See that M? It's supposed to be you. Then you got King Koopa, Bowser. They're supposed to be the same character, even though they look a little bit different. That's supposed to be the dragon. And you know, in the Bible they say the serpent's bad. Serpent's this, serpent's that. Same character. Right, so these are supposed to be Koopa's kids, right? I don't know any of their names, but they're clearly supposed to be you. Look at that one. Look at the one on the right with the brown skin. This is definitely supposed to be you. This is supposed to be one of their bad guys. I don't know his name, but you see the purple, upside down, hook, right? Once you see the purple, you know what's going on. And then you got, he represents nature, right? Just think of some other stuff, right? But pretty much any kind of, all entertainment. That was Japanese, and so, and you know, they have like They like dragons, right? We talk about some Dragon Ball Z. I know this one, right? What do you know? Purple and green. Alright? That's clearly you. That is 100% you. Or more. Head covered with a turban. Neck covered. The Japanese know what's going on. And in the cartoon, they made him originally the bad guy. He came to conquer the world. His name was King Piccolo. That's you. Don't we call ourselves queens and kings? Yeah. Somebody been tricking you. Let me see. That's the serpent. Look at that. They make wishes to the serpent. The so-called dragon, right? But he's not dragging on the floor, he's in the air. You know what the feathered winged serpent is? Let's see if we can find a picture. There we go. It's a real dragon, so-called dragon. And in South America, that's what they were worshiping, but then it got switched to an eagle because eagles so-called eat serpents. Yeah. They're either quasi coattail. I might be saying it wrong. Alright. Look at the dollar bill. You got the eagle with a ribbon in his mouth. That's supposed to be a serpent. With the Look at that. That's the Mexican flag. With the eagle and the serpent in his mouth. Every time they put up an eagle, that means they conquered the land. It was originally, we're not snakes, a serpent. Yeah. That's why their symbol is an eagle. Not no other reason. Because they hunt serpents. That's what it's supposed to mean, right? Look at this. Look, the Nazis had an eagle. Go figure. See, a lot of people put that with Trump, but Trump's the only one that tried to help us out, and nobody really even realizes it. But that's how it's supposed to go. You're not supposed to realize it. But that's another story. So let's get back to the comics. So you got, let's talk about. I was a big fan of the X-Men. That's one of the ones I big fan. But X-Men stands for the X gene. Women are XX, men are XY, which is the Y is actually still an X. It's just missing the bottom right leg. This means it's missing a piece. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So her name is Jean Grey. She got the green on and the gold. Gold, that's a big one. But we're just gonna focus on the green, right? So that's supposed to be you. The red hair represents something else, like basically like kind of like Lucy, like Lucifer, redhead. That's why Black Widow is played by Scarlett Johansson. She played Black Widow, and then she played the character Lucy in another movie. That was the whole point. She played a redhead, and then she played Lucy, the same person. But this Jean Grey, when she's in this form, she's called the Phoenix, right? The Phoenix is another representation of the feathered winged serpent, and it's on fire. A weird fire, like a sun. And in the book, when she comes back, when she comes in this form, it's pretty much over. You know, she's the ultimate. Yeah, that's Jean Grey. Because, like, we actually have psychic abilities, you know? They just hasn't manifested yet for most because we put a lot of poisons and stuff into our foods. Yeah. Redhead, right? So they love the redhead thing. Let me show you this Lucy thing real quick. So that's Scarlett Johansson as Lucy in her movie. It was about a girl that all of a sudden got powers. It's supposed to, Lucy stands for Lucifer. That's Scarlett Johansson. That's the tie, the red hair. This was some kind of sick joke. They had a show called I Love Lucy. She has a red hair. Lucille Ball, right? Not a coincidence. These are Jesuits. This is all Jesuit stuff. Yeah. Let me talk. So let me think of some more cartoons that I might know. I don't know a lot anymore. Let's go. Let's talk about Batman. See, like, Batman loves the kids. Some kind of sick joke. He loves the kids, right? Uh, he also lives in a cave. He has devil horns. You know, they trying to tell you he's from the Caucasus Mountains. The Caucasus Mountains. That's why he's Batman. Bats live in a cave. We're more Superman. I'm sure he's Superman's over, right? Alright, so this is the original symbol, right? Look closely. That's like a diamond or a pyramid upside down. Inside is a serpent, not a S, not for super. That's a serpent. You can see the eye. That's what he had on his chest the whole time. This is where Superman lives, right? That's a pyramid. The Fortress of Solitude is a pyramid. Now they made it ice for cold because they love cold. We're fire. They make fire. Everything with fire they make bad because fire is the sun. The soul is the sun. You have two souls. Well, you might even have more than two. You have one in your pineal gland and one in your solar plexus. But that solar plexus is a sun, the center. Let me show you. Look at that. Look at in the middle is so bright and it's small. So bright and small. That's a sun. That's the real sun. There's another sun out there, but we haven't seen it yet. Let me show you something. Look at the center. Life started in the center. And then everything grew on the outside. The seeds is the real deal. That's the power. That's the center, right? Same thing with you. Your center is the solar plexus. Everything has a center. It's centers at the center to center, duality, left, right, all this, that. So when you look at North America, South America, let me see. You got Central America, the center, right? Look, you got in the Caribbeans. That's the middle. That's the equator. The sun's always perfect there. That's why all the fruits, vegetables, everything grows there. They got the best waters, the best fruits, the best vegetables, the best weather. Everything's the best. The strongest people because they got the sun and the fruits. That's just how it goes. But I mean, don't hate on North and South America, because you'll be badly mistaken. They strong too. It's just the center is the strongest. Let me show you something with space. You see this? Okay, so this picture is not the best example because this is definitely they just put this. This is fake. Most of the pictures, it be daytime. Like they leave for space like 3 p.m. something like that on a nice clear day, summertime. Usually Florida or maybe sometimes Texas. Uh, and as soon as they get up, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes later, after they're up in the sky, it's completely dark. You don't see a star. You don't see the sun. You don't see a moon. You don't see nothing. It's just darkness. They say it's because the way the light hits, blah blah blah, a whole bunch of other stuff. No, because there's nothing out there. It's just darkness. That's why they can't leave. They're trapped here. This is a prison planet. Somebody locked us in here because of them. This whole planet was getting out of control. It's gonna mess everything up. And then some people were trying to invade, trying to control. So a whole bunch of stuff was going on. So the planet got locked down, completely locked down. But hey, people go figure it out. There ain't nothing out there. They keep trying to go as far as they can. They can't even get back to the moon. And the moon real. the sun, the core. You got the North Pole and the South Pole. Those are holes, not poles. So and the core shoots out light from there, and we're in a firmament. It's like a covering over the planet. You can see the Van Allen belt, like the glow around the planet. So that light reflects back down like a mirror. That's why it can burn some people. But that's also why it's cold up in space. If the sun's up there, I don't care about the light. You should at least feel the heat. Like, let's be for real. Something. It's the colder you go up in the sky. You don't even have to go to space. You go up in the sky, it gets colder and colder and colder and colder and colder. Because it's darkness.